Israeli officials dismayed by Prince William's Naïve Gaza statement. Prince William's dramatic statement calling for an end to the war in Gaza on Tuesday dismayed Israeli officials who considered it to be naive. It was reported Wednesday. However, the officials were restrained in their criticism of Williams, as they did not want to enter into a row with the future king. A report in the Telegraph site without citing sources. Meanwhile, some political commentators suggested that William may have made the comments at the urging of the Foreign Secretary David Cameron. Ed Balls, a former senior political strategist for the Labour Party, speculated on ITV's Good Morning Britain. I wonder whether the Foreign Secretary Lord Cameron isn't saying to the palace, if you are thinking of an intervention, this is the week to do it. Help us to ratchet the pressure off on Israel. Now the time. William Williams' office has said that his remarks were approved by the Foreign Office, but clearly suggested that they were made on Williams' initiative, with aides telling reporters that Williams decided to speak out after being affected by the extent of human suffering that is on display. The Telegraph said Israeli officials were caught off guard by the prince's naive statement, which went against decades of precedent established by Queen Elizabeth II, in which the British monarch has stayed away from contentious issues. William said, I remain deeply concerned about the terrible human cost of the conflict in the Middle East since the Hamas terrorist attack on 7 October. Too many have been killed. I, like so many others, want to see an end to the fighting as soon as possible. There is a desperate need for increased humanitarian support to Gaza. It's critical that aid gets in and the hostages are released. Sometimes it is only when faced with the sheer scale of human suffering that the importance of permanent peace is brought home. Even in the darkest hour, we must not succumb to the counsel of despair. I continue to cling to the hope that a brighter future can be found, and I refuse to give off on that. Israel decided on a major response to avoid risking a diplomatic rift with the future king, according to the Telegraph. The Israeli response ran as follows. Israelis, of course, want to see an end to the fighting as soon as possible, and that will be possible once the 134 hostages are released and once the Hamas terror army threatening to repeat the October 7 atrocities is dismantled. We appreciate the Prince of Wales' call for Hamas to free the hostages. We also recall with gratitude his statement from October 11, condemning Hamas terror attacks and reaffirming Israel's right of self defense against them. The well connected royal writer Richard K. said in the Daily Mail that William wants to move away from the mere platitude that the typical stuff of royal statements, but cautioned this could lead the royals into dangerous, uncharted waters. Adding with the king incapacitated that William does and says are necessarily subject to additional scrutiny. The Daily Beast has been told that William will continue to speak out on controversial matters when he feels the need to do so. Britain's chief Robbie notably welcomed William's statement, writing on X that William to date had shown a deep concern for the well being of all those affected by the conflict in the Middle East, and his words of compassion today, which I welcome, are at further evidence of this. His plan to visit a synagogue to learn more about the troubling global increase in Anti-Semitism will send a powerful message that there must be no place for anti-Jewish hatred in our society.